Hi everybody. Today I wanted to talk about the ego because it's something that we all have in life, and I read something the other day that said our higher selves are like our God side and our ego is like our devil, and we constantly battle between the two to find our right way and find our right path, which I thought was really interesting. When I started on my spiritual path, I thought that everybody was like me. I thought that everybody was nice and caring of others and genuine, and it was a real shock to the system to realise that not everybody is like that. Even the people who you would think were like really spiritual and in touch with that part of themselves, the ego still seems to completely take over. In fact, the more successful people get in that path, then obviously the bigger the ego shouts and takes over. And it's a really interesting thing to realise. I mean, when I do my readings, I always tell people that, I give them some background about myself, where I started from and how I've gotten to this point. And I do that because I say, psychics are not regulated. There is no overseeing, governing body to make sure that people are doing the right thing. And anybody can call themselves a psychic. Anybody can tap into that and make a lot of money if they obviously market it and sell it the right way. But I tend to think that people who are only in it for the money, people who charge stupid amounts to help people, are not really coming from a spiritual, higher self, loving place. They are coming from a place of ego, which is all about being successful. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's your main priority, that's not going to help other people. They come from a place of proving how good they are to other people, worrying about what other people think about them, and it's all about them. It's all about, how wonderful they are and what other people think and proving themselves. And we all do that. But if that's your main focus, if that's where your priorities are, then, whether you're spiritual or not, even if you're just, working day to day in a regular job, then, if that's your main priority, then your ego is completely taken over the situation. And it's all about you. And that genuinely means that regardless of what job you do, you can't help other people truly and from a loving place. So just because people are spiritual and seem to talk about these things like love and spirit and angels and stuff, doesn't mean they're not in touch with their ego. There seems to be some competitive thing as well, that some people think they're better than others because they're more spiritual than somebody else, or they have more psychic abilities, or they're more successful in their business, in spiritual business or psychic business, which is crazy. Like I said on one of my last videos, we all have the same abilities within us. If somebody else can do something, then you can do it too. So, to fully be successful in whatever area you choose, whatever it is, then you obviously have to commit and dedicate to it and practice and get better. So to say that somebody is more spiritual than somebody else or more psychic is insane, is crazy. And by doing that, what you do is that you form separation. So you move away from that oneness, that connection with others, and you go to being very separate, so that this is me and this is you. And you can't genuinely care and love other people if you see each other as separate beings, as separate entities. To really see the oneness of life and connect completely to other people, you have to understand that we all, like I say, have the the same abilities, the same spirit, the same soul. And like I say, if somebody is more spiritual or more psychic than you, well, if that bothers you, then you obviously, that's taking up a mirror to the other person, to yourself. So if you see somebody as more spiritual or more psychic and that bothers you, then obviously that need within you, your spiritual self is not being fully met. Your spiritual needs are not being fully met, and you need to spend more time working on that part of yourself. So yes, to say that somebody's more psychic or more spiritual is basically you looking at yourself and going, this makes me feel uncomfortable. Why does it make me feel uncomfortable? Because I'm not spending enough time, enough effort on myself. So always be aware that when other people have a problem with you, generally it's about them, it's not about you. So people project stuff very well and don't even realise they're doing it. So, but ego is sneaky, and ego is like sugar. It gets into places where you wouldn't even think that it would be. And you always have to be aware of it. I think you can't fully get rid of it altogether because it's a part of who we are. But if you're aware of it, it will help you to kind of identify it and to see that there's another way. There's a different choice, a different path that you can take, which is love. So loving yourself and loving other people. So I just thought it was interesting, and I just obviously something to be aware of. So yeah, that's why I made the video. So I'm going to go off now. I'm going to go and dry my dishes. My life's so exciting. But I will speak to you guys soon. Mwah! Love and light. Bye.